All of us as writers have weird ass fucking search histories.
Plus, I've actually typed into the search bar repeatedly, "I'm sorry, Mr. Government Agent, I promise I'm just writing a novel." So,
Oh my god.
Ravage, if you're gonna cough, Ravage, if you're gonna cough, mute yourself.
please do. Please mute yourself when you cough. Thank you. Oh, it's the time? It's time. 3, 2, 1.
You push the button?
Yes, go!
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hola and bienvenidos al Good HIE Podcast, donde no puedo hablar español.
It was a good attempt.
Lo siento mucho por priest.
This week we have our normal podcast members that are joining us. We have Anon Pencil.
No me digas.
We have Enigmatic Otaku.
Obrigado. 5555555. Obrigados.
We have Milk.
I don't speak Spanish, so just pretend this is in Spanish.
And Ravage.
No hablo español. Inglés, por favor.
So this week we have a very special guest that's along with us. We would love to say that they are a shining rainbow of a person, but instead they are a bit monochromatic. We have Monochromatic.
America muy bonito.
Yay!
Okay. Hi everyone.
Did she just say that she wants America with a burrito?
Oh my god! You are Mexican!
No, but that could be.
Also, if she's from Mexico, why would she want our burritos?
Truth.
That is true. That is true.
Thank you for tuning in. Welcome everyone who's tuning in for the first time, whether it be on YouTube or on Twitch or on Ponyville Live. We are an entirely user-submitted podcast where we take the suggestions for guests that you guys send to us, and we ask the questions that you guys request. You can submit questions at any time, either on the Twitch stream live or on the Good HIE list on Film Fiction. Of course, every single podcast, just like every other week, we have a drinking word, and this week's word is RaraTwi. Pencil, am I missing anything?
So our guest this week is, a wonderful person, and we're going to try not to be the worst examples of ourselves. So we'll probably fail. And drink up. Oh, yes. And chat people, feel free to ask questions in the chat. I'll do my best to relay those questions if they are decent questions. If you are just asking about stupid shit or asking about, how deep your vagina is or something, I'm probably not going to add that question, just so you know. Anyway, there you go.
So, needless to say, let's jump straight in. We've got all sorts of questions, but let's start with some typical interview questions because we're an interview podcast. Let's do that thing. So question number 1, I'm going to tee up the really hard one first. Monochromatic, who are you and what have you done for the fandom?
My name is Monochromatic, as it's been said already. Sorry, I'm nervous. Okay. I live in Mexico, but I've been writing for about, since I was 13. I'm currently 23. But I don't think I really started to write until this fandom because, here I got actual, it isn't a hug box. So I got a lot of critique and everything. And what have I done for the fandom? I've basically flooded it with RaraTwi. Well, not flooded it. I wish I had flooded it with RaraTwi. But at least I'm... Oh, wait, you're all drinking.
Yeah, that's 2 drinks already.
Go
on, please. I'm ready.
I flooded the fandom with main 6 unicorns being cute and adorable, and that's basically my huge thing. But it's okay. I really like it. It's I think I'm okay at it.
Yeah, I think a whopping number of people do as well. They all think you're a really great writer. So let's jump to the next question. What's your favorite part of the fandom? The online community, the stories, the creativity, the conventions, music. There's a lot of stuff here in the community. What's your favorite?
Well, I think everything is real. I've never been to a convention, but I'm going to be to I'm gonna go to BabsCon in April. So
Really?
Oh, really?
yes, that's my first con. I'm very excited. I'm going with a few of my friends. But I think what I like most, well, like every fandom, it has good and bad parts. But
Mhm.
I really like the community, and I especially really like the writing community in the sense that they do offer critique and try to like help you improve.
Yeah.
And the music is amazing. Like, oh my god, I actually started in the fandom because of the music. It was the music that made me want to sort of watch the show a bit. But I know there's a lot of really great things, and I think the creativity is amazing, especially from the musicians, from the writers, and then the animations. Like, there was one recently by Duo Cartoonist, the Moonrise.
Oh yeah, that was a really big one. Well, awesome.
It's staggering how much how much effort people put into this, and it's like it's really encouraging to do the same. So I don't know, it's a really fun fandom, I think, and I love everything about it.
Sweet. Now the next question: if there's one thing you could say to your followers or to your fans, the people who adore you, the people who live for your stories, and also can't wait to put into the story that this isn't authentic, this isn't how Twilight would act. What do you have to say?
Uh, Thank you so much for reading me, and obviously your shipping tastes are perfect. That's basically it.
Well, perfect. Um, let's jump into some of the user submitted questions. The first set of questions come from Famous Last Words. Oh boy. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with Famous Last Words. His first question is: how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck saw a feminist video online?
uh, I a lot of wood he could chuck. I think depends on how angry the video makes him. So maybe
There
a
you-
forest.
Good answer.
Good answer. The next question is: should I sing this?
Well,
I'm not-
yes, go ahead and sing it, Bruce.
Say it ain't so. Will you not go? Turn the lights off and carry me home. Yeah,
That's the question.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the question.
Well, I'll carry you anywhere. I mean, I'm not very good and I'm not very strong, but I will carry you.
Oh,
Wow. Oh, it's so nice.
I know. What are you doing?
The third question is:
I mean, I'll throw you down later, but no, I can't. I can't do that. I throw you down, but then I pick you up again. No, I can't.
you're never gonna let me down. Ah!
Oh no!
I like this guest.
Please stop. It's okay.
Okay. Third question is: what's the most important step in coming up with a creative story idea and executing it?
I think you have to really love the idea. I mean, it sounds silly, but I have one of my longer fics called Enchanted Library has really taught me that above all, when you're writing, you have to really love what you're doing. And I think what's important is that to write a story that obviously, well, from a writing point of view, you want to keep everything in character, and you want to have the same something that feels like the show but brings a new element, which I'm guessing is pretty obvious and everyone knows this. But most of all, I think if you really love an idea and it's really something that inspires you, then that's the key to a good story. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. And I think a lot of people are going to appreciate that. I definitely agree that you need to really enjoy what you do in order to not burn out.
And I think especially, I mean, if you because it's easy to get discouraged, especially with writing. And especially because there's so many talented writers here. It's hard sometimes not to compare yourself. But
Yeah.
as corny as it sounds, I think everyone has something new to bring. Even if it's like, yes, everyone's written Twilight angsting over, oh god, I'm immortal and everyone's gonna die. But still, everyone sees it from a different point of view. So basically, your own creative input is like in itself a good story. Unless you're aiming to write a bad story, which I guess would also make it a good story. But yeah.
Like troll story, you
A
aim to
troll
make a
story.
bad.
I mean, there are very good troll stories.
You'll have to send me some sometime.
Wow. Thank
No,
you.
I'm joking. Pencil.
That's
You're really
fine,
the
that's
best troll.
fine.
No, you're the
I-
best
that's
troll.
fine, That's
Pencil.
fine. That's fine. Okay, it's fine. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay. We'll go to questions now from Tired Twilight 289. His first question is, who is best princess? I don't think we caught that.
Is it game? Oh.
I think we're having some internet issues.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out a little bit.
Are you still there?
Wait, can you hear me?
Now
Yes, we can hear you now.
There we go.
Definitely.
Definitely.
What?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, no, I would say Twilight, but that's too obvious of me. So
Oh. Okay. No, that makes sense. So clearly, best princess is Princess Cadence then.
Don't start, priest.
clearly Cadence is the best.
Oh no!
Yes!
No!
We are best friends.
Mono, show me your evidence.
I don't need to show evidence.
Because you have none.
Magic ain't gotta explain shit. Oh
Oh no,
no.
it's best princess. There, yeah, I said it.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the next question. Why did you decide to write RaraTwi out of all the other ships available?
Ha! That's a difficult question. Well, originally I was very much into RaraJack. Before I decided to write, and I think the reason I started liking it is because of the song at the end of the first Crystal Empire episode just like opened my eyes to this new reality. But I think because they have a very interesting dynamic, since Rarity is sort of from the same, like even if she's not really from the same social background as Twilight, she can keep up with her. And like one thing I really love about RaraTwi fanfics is like the banter between them. And fic in particular called The Shadow of a Doubt by Arden's Facts. I think that's how you say that. Which is like it's so good. It's really amazing. It sells the ship, and I think also in the show they have all of their interactions are always really fun, even though they have very little interactions. Really one on one.
Yeah.
I think RaraTwi is mostly a ship that you need to read to get it, because a lot of people I know don't really see the point, but then they read fics and they're like, I see it now. So it's a bit hard to explain, I think. But
That's
most
pretty-
of all, I think it's the banter.
I think that's really fair. I definitely there's some things you just gotta see in action to believe.
But yeah, but I
I'm
think
picturing is Rarity going, "Oh, you're from Canderlot."
wait,
Oh,
sorry. No, but I think from what I've seen, and it's just there could just
think
maybe she doesn't know. We're losing me. Can
a
you
little
hear
bit,
me?
Yeah.
We can hear you
Oh
right
my
now.
god.
Yes, we
Okay.
can hear you right now.
There we go. But basically, like, so I was talking this with a Sign Wolf. I don't know
Yeah.
if. Well,
Yeah,
I was
no,
talking
we
about
know
this with
Sign
him,
Mhm.
and I was telling him the thing is, Twilight knows a lot about everything, and Rarity knows. I think because of her background, and well, not her background, but her interest in the elite sort of thing. She knows a lot about the same topic, so she could like hold the steady conversation with a quick paced conversation with Twilight, which is what to me appeals, if that makes sense.
Right, they're kind of on the same level with their Canterlottie-ness.
They both watch TMZ together.
But yeah,
Well, there. I think that will satiate those who are anti-Twi, RaraTwi. So
Right.
let's move to the next question from Professor Plum. He leaves this comment: because I'm a shitlord, you have to tell them about how you died.
What is this?
okay. Basically, I drowned in August of the last year.
Oh,
Like I was like clinically dead for like 3 minutes. It's a long
Oh.
story, but basically what happens is that I live next to a river in Mexico, and it's a very small river. And the thing is, the house where I live in, it's a very old house. So there was a little wall separating the river from our house. And on August 9th, and I remember the date exactly, and I even remember the hour. There was a massive storm in Mexico City, like half the city flooded like really badly. And what happened is that this river overflowed, and it actually, tore the wall down. So all of the river started pouring into the house.
oh my
And
god.
so it went into the basement first, and like all of the basement was flooded until the up all the way up to the roof.
Mhm.
And then it started flooding the first floor, which is the street floor. And the thing is, I have 2 cats, and I really love my cats. So, well, and also I should mention that everything I'm telling is something that was told to me because I completely deleted the entire night from my memory. So, like, if you go on my computer, all of my conversations on Skype stop at 10:59 p.m. And what happened is that the first floor started flooding. So it was like, let's say it was up to my ankles, right? So I was with my dad, my brother, my 80-year-old grandmother, and me. And I told my dad that I needed to go find my cats because in such a disaster, obviously what matters is your cats.
Hey,
so
no
what
judgment
happened?
here.
I agree.
No
Absolutely.
judgment here.
No, I know. Like a lot of people have said it was dumb of me, but I honestly do not regret it. And so what happened is that okay. So imagine, there's a lobby, right? And there's the door to the street. So my brother and my dad were on this side, and I went to the kitchen, and the kitchen itself is connected to the dining room. And the dining room is connected to the garden where the river was coming in. And you could hear the windows smashing. It was like just like really like a horror movie.
Mhm.
And what happened is that I went into the kitchen, and the river broke down another window, and it came pouring in like a lot faster. And what happened is that the water closed the kitchen door, so I was trapped on one side of the house while my dad and my brother were on the other side. And so my dad, according to my dad, what happened is that he heard me scream his name, and after that he heard like a very loud sound. And when he and my brother started calling for me, there was just this dead silence. So they both, they panicked obviously, and they tried to open the kitchen door, but the water level was so high they couldn't open it. So between the two of them, my brother had to like use basically everything he had to open the door. My dad went into the kitchen, and then the door closed on my brother's foot, and like it actually sprained his ankle.
Oh wow.
And according to my dad, what happened is that he went to the kitchen and he didn't find me. Then he went to the dining room and he found me underwater, but like, eyes open, mouth open, basically dead. And so he called my brother and the dining room table was luckily just like an inch tall enough that they could actually lie me down on there. And what happened is that my dad went into shock. Like he just sat there. I mean, completely. Well, according to my brother, he just stood there petrified, like staring at me. And it was my brother who reacted and started giving me, mouth to mouth breathing and everything, all that. And then my dad reacted and he just started screaming, "No, not like that!" And he started like punching me on the chest. And but like you don't know, I couldn't breathe. Like for 3 weeks after that, my chest was like bruised, but because of how hard my dad had punched me. And what happened is that what was dangerous is that the water that came in was sewage water, because this river was like a sewage river. And so I sort of like literally came back to life and threw up all of the water. But since according to the doctor, since I was without oxygen for like 3 minutes, I started convulsing. So it was just like for my brother and my dad, it was like they both told me it was like the most horrible moment of their life. And after that, they and the thing is, the water, obviously all three of our cars were completely like taken by the river. So my dad went out to get help so somebody could take me to the hospital. And my memory, as I said, my memory goes from me on, talking with my friends on Skype to me waking up in the hospital and my mom telling me your cat survived, which honestly is everything that matters.
So you were a hero,
But-
is what you're saying. You were a damn cat hero.
Well, no, because I didn't even save my cats. They didn't even need me. I just, I died in pain.
Sorry.
Those ungrateful bitches.
I know.
So
It was terrible.
the moral of the story is to not go to Mexico.
No.
Wow.
What
Wow.
are you doing? Or should I say, what are you doing?
Oh god. No.
Well, the
stop.
moral of the story, I think, is, don't be stupid like me. Well, no, I don't regret that I went to try and save my cats. So.
No, be a cat hero. Everything will turn out fine.
Priest, that
No,
won't
but
redeem you with what you did.
No, stop.
No, it's really disappointing though, because obviously, that after you're in the hospital, so obviously, you find out who are your real friends, the ones who come visit you, and so it's always the first question, like, how are you feeling? What have you been doing? Are you okay? And then there's an awkward silence, and finally they ask the question they want, which is, so what did you see on the other side?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Everybody wants to know.
And the sad thing is that I don't remember anything.
Well.
So they're all so disappointed. It's like, oh, why did I even come visit you?
What the hell?
It's very sad.
Or, well, I
You
mean,
know-
you could always get the person that asks, what was it like to die?
You don't. She doesn't remember that either.
I know.
Mono,
Well,
for all you know, Mono, in those 3 minutes you had an entire lifetime in Equestria.
Oh, maybe.
See, like,
I
go on.
No, you go on.
I was gonna say, like, the only snarky answer I would come up with was like, not my cats.
Exactly. No, it's just not my cat. No, and the thing is, like, and then I found out, that one of them had been hiding in the sink, and then another one appeared like 2 days later, covered in mud but alive. So that was like, oh, okay, that's all that matters. But no, yeah. So that is basically the story of how I died.
Well, that was fun for the whole family.
No, it was really, and obviously when you die, it comes with like the existential crisis and all that fun stuff.
Hmm.
But here I am.
Yeah,
I'm
now
happy
here
to be
you
here.
are, getting ready to answer wonderful questions like Arconix's next question. What's your opinion of Derpy Twilight?
I think I really like. I think, well, I mean, I like it. I've never read anything about it, but I basically think that any ship works if you write it well or if you like sell it well. So I could like it if I read a good fic. Also, I mean, Derpy is adorable, so.
Oh,
Agreed.
Why does no one give Sakura love?
Oh,
I love Sakura. It's fine.
I
Yeah.
think Sakura and Twilight would be an interesting ship, to be honest. I mean, I don't know
There'd
if
be,
there's.
there'd be so much rhyming.
Do it.
well, it would be like a crossover between the tribal knowledge versus the book knowledge, like heritage versus science.
That would be very interesting, actually. Hmm. The thing is, I would
Do
write
it and-
Sakura more, but
Oh.
rhymes.
But
The
rhymes
rhymes are
though.
both a bitch to write and really fun to write. So it's trying to balance that.
But I think
The
what's hard
rhymes,
is like
though.
the rhymes and the metric, because you also want to get the metric right, and it's like, I'm not good enough for this. But I have to try because Sakura's coming up in one of my big fics, so I have to do it.
Is a hard sell. What project is this?
The one where Sakura's coming up.
Yeah.
It's for my my multi-chapter called The Enchanted Library.
Ah, perfect.
So, yeah.
There you
Because
go.
I mentioned her in chapter 1 and then she just disappeared forever. So I'm like, I should probably not, do something about that. So, but it'll be fun. I'm excited. Well, no, I'm not excited, but Rhyme Zone is my best friend.
I understand completely. I've written Sakura before and needed. Very needed.
So let's segue into the next question. Arconix asks, do you think cats are adorably evil or evilly adorable?
They're evilly adorable. No, they're adorably evil. There we go.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right. If you could have any one pony visit you in real life, which would it be?
There can be
Oh
only
my
one.
god. Not Rarity because I don't think Rarity would like me. Probably Fluttershy because we get along and I'm similar to her, so that would be nice. Well, no, I'm not. I'm quitting my kidding. I just want Twilight to go. No, I want Rarity, even if she doesn't like me. I don't care.
Just
I
let
like Rarity
me
to
pet
visit.
you.
You just look at her and say like, I have no nice dresses, help me. And she'd be like, goodness, and would help you
And-
instantly.
No, exactly. Like I'm a fashion disaster, so I really would need professional help from a pony. Like only a pony can help me at this time.
Welcome to, oh gosh, what's the Extreme Makeover Pony Edition?
Yes, she'd like it. What would it be like a pony eye for the random chick?
That actually sounds like
That
that
doesn't
sounds like
rhyme.
an
and you should
interesting
go for it.
idea.
Pony Eye for the Anon guy?
Pony eye for the
Oh.
anon guy.
Oh. Okay. Moving
my
on.
God. Oh
Moving
dear.
on. Now we have a question from Celtic Fire. Celtic asks, have you ever written any piece of literature, stories, poems, etc., either on or off the site that you regret or wish you hadn't done?
Yes. There's one fan fiction in particular, which is now unpublished, but I'm sure you can still find it, through those servers. But there was one story called a Song for Us, which I instead of writing what I wanted, I wrote what somebody else wanted,
Hmm.
Oh.
even though it was, because I was say, no, you know what, I don't like your idea, I prefer my idea.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been like a sour point because it's like it was my story and I let other people dictate how I should write, which is not to say obviously, because taking advice is always good. That's what editors are for. It's always nice to have other opinions, But unfortunately, I took this opinion as, okay, yes, you're completely right and I'm completely wrong. And
Yeah.
that's why earlier I said that it's really important that you should write something that you love.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
because sure, if you write something that which actually I was like I had a back in June I almost canceled the Enchanted Library because I was struggling with a similar problem. And at the end of the day, sure, you can write what somebody else wants, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be what you wanted. And I think that feeling is just really terrible.
You're 100% correct. I've done that. I understand.
Yeah, I
It feels
totally understand.
soulless.
It does, exactly.
It's a careful balance to play because I know a lot of people don't always have trouble with that. Like some take commissions and they feel like they make some of their best work ever, and that's fine. That's good for them. But definitely for those who aren't experienced with that type of writing, make sure you're always doing it for yourself. I really agree with that.
Or
No,
any
I mean,
writing,
like,
honestly. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, commissions is different because okay, fine, it's what somebody else wants, but it was that was always the deal, so to say.
Yeah.
But when you're writing a story, like something that you created, something I said, you know what, something that inspired you to actually sit down and start typing,
Hmm.
and then and then because really what happened is that his idea wasn't bad, obviously, because he
You've
I think
cut
you
out on
were
us.
cutting out one more time.
better than I am. I said yes,
But-
he's right and I'm wrong. So it's like it always left like a very sour feeling on me and sour taste. And the thing is, I mean, you don't want them submitted because there are people who did like it, and I think that would be a disservice against the people who liked it. But personally, I think it's important. That's why I think it's important that you to write something that you, or at least write a story that you believe in. Because if somebody else says, "Okay, you know what I think should happen," and you think it's a great idea, and you think, please go on. But if it's not, if it's something that you're only doing it because you don't want to say no, or because you don't want to, because, well, yeah, in my case, because you didn't want to say no or like risk them getting mad at you, then I think it's really important to take a stand because at the end of the day, it's your art, it's your name, and it's your work, and you should always have a reason to be proud of it.
Hmm.
Of course.
But yeah.
All right. Well, with that aside, let's move to our next person of questions. Person with questions. Good job, Priest.
Yeah, bravo,
we
bravo.
have questions from Scarlet Storm now. Scarlet says, "Hey, you big duck," with a little hearty face. "I get to question you now," with a pinky, freaky out face. Question number one: what made you start writing the Enchanted Library?
Okay. Well, for those who've never read the Enchanted Library, basically it's the alternate universe that has the premise 1,000 years ago. The four princesses came, like uh, quite a cadence. Celestia Luna went into war with Discord, and he trapped three of them as spirits throughout Equestria. And then 1,000 years later, Rarity ends up finding Twilight's hidden library. So it's basically the adventure of how she, finds out what happened 1,000 years ago and how to free the three princesses. And the thing is, it started because it was Mexico's Independence Day. It was September 15th. And a friend of mine and I were really, really, really drunk, as all good
Good way to
stories
story.
start.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember because I had just bought tea, and so we thought, you know what, let's drink, tea with rum and see how it tastes. So there we were very drunk, and she's a very talented artist. And she started drawing. She drew Rarity Twilight, and she said, "Okay, and Rarity is, find her." and she started rambling like no sense. But everything she said about this, with my mouth wide open, like I was hearing the gospel, and I couldn't get the idea out of my head for like a week. It was just like it was because the thing is, can you see me? Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you. That was a little bit of a struggle.
It was choppy.
Okay.
We know that definitely it was on Independence Day, and you guys were drunk, and the
On
idea
your
just
mind,
called
you
to
couldn't get the
you.
idea off your mind. It's been very choppy though.
Okay, well,
Just to warn you.
let me know if it cuts out because the internet here is not really amazing. So, but let me know.
That.
But basically, what happened is my friend, she's a very talented artist, and she drew this drawing.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now I'll never knew what she drew.
No,
Yeah, well,
actually, the artwork she did is the cover art for the original one shot I posted. So if you want to look at it, there it is. But basically, so and I remember she started rambling on, and everything she said really made no sense whatsoever. Like the next day when I was really thinking about it, but the core concept of itself fascinated me, and I just started, world building and world building and world building until I finally had to do something about it. I had to write, even if it was a one shot that didn't make any sense. And so what happened is that I decided to write a one shot set in the universe as if it had already started. So if you read the original Enchanted Library one shot, it's like imagining like watching a random episode of the show where the characters already introduced, etc., etc. And that's basically how it started. And here I am 2 years later. But yeah, basically it started because I got really drunk with a friend.
That's the best way. That's how I start most of my stories. So yes, applause, high five.
Perfect. The next question has to do again with RaraTwi, so we already answered that.
Also
We'll
drink.
we'll skip over it. And then number 3 isn't actually a question. So let's move to questions from Nonchalant.
Wait. If it's not actually a question, what is it?
It's number 3 is literally says, "I have nothing else. Just enjoy your time here."
Oh well, that's.
Oh,
nice.
thank you.
Yeah, that's sweet. Okay.
I thought it said just enjoy your wine.
Well,
You wish. You wish.
that's just because you whine a lot, Enigma.
It's true. All right, Priest, you're gonna have to ask the next questions in the voice.
I do?
Yes, you do.
Okay, here we go. Now we have questions from Nonchalant. What is your username?
As in monochromatic.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Go on.
monochromatic actually, I have an original story which I write on the side, and one of the main characters is a dragon called Monochrome, who actually appeared in Enchanted Library as a cameo, but whatever. Anyway, so basically my username is a reference to him, and that's it. It's not very interesting, but I like it.
Well, no,
Very cool.
that's still cool that everyone. Now we know that you also do original writing too. That's cool.
Yeah, it's something I've been working on for like 6 years now, but I keep rewriting and rewriting and rewriting. But one day I'll make up my mind, hopefully.
I wish you luck.
Like I'm thinking if I can finish Enchanted Library, then I feel like I'll be ready to actually finish a novel, an original novel. So.
Well, there you go. The next question. What is your quest?
To make more people ship RaraTwi.
Drink.
Oh man. Oh, the whiskey is good.
And do it. Do it.
What is your favorite color?
Purple. I really like purple.
Woo.
You may cross the bridge of death.
I
The
may cross.
correct-
Monty Python references.
It's all
Oh,
Monty-
okay.
This whole line of questioning was all a reference to Monty Python.
Oh, I thought you guys were questioning
Ah.
Conan while he sits on the throne.
No, it's
What?
what is your name? I am Arthur, King of the Britons. What is your quest? We
To
seek
find the
Grail.
Holy Grail.
What is your favorite color?
Blue. No, I mean red. All right. So now we have another question from Skeeter the Lurker.
Hey, Skeeter.
Skeeter says, "You glorious gal, what's your favorite drink?"
No.
Were you gonna say margaritas?
Yeah, but I'm.
what
It's
about-
a, it's a
what-
tie. I would say margaritas, but really, I think it's mojitos.
Oh.
Yes.
Mojito.
Oh,
Never
good
had one.
mojito. What about strawberry margaritas?
They're very good. I really
Oh.
like them.
I also make this like killer watermelon mint margarita. So
Oh.
we can get. They have good mojitos at Babs specifically.
They do?
Yeah, they do. There's a little bar in the hotel, and I just went there recently, and they've revamped it, and they will make you a damn good mojito and a mint julep if you ask real pretty and bat your eyes.
No, but I really like my family is half Cuban, so
Oh.
so my aunt, I have an aunt who lives in Vienna, and she's super nice, and she knows 6 languages and everything. She's really great, but she has this obsession with mojitos. So whenever all the times I go visit, she's like, "Okay, we need to go to the mojito bar." So it's like this 80-year-old woman with her cane going to the mojito bar, and me following it. It's very fun. So yeah, she's the one who sort of like made me.
I want to go to a
Nice day.
mojito.
I'm
I
imagining.
want to go to a
I'm a-
mojito bar.
I'm imagining a scenario where a tornado's heading towards you and you guys all have to evacuate, and your grandmother's provisions are mojitos.
She would. She would. I mean, she totally would. And the thing is, it's very interesting to talk with her because she lives in Vienna, but she always, she talks like a mix of German with Spanish with English.
Oh, that's
So
an interesting mix.
I understand like both of the languages, but German I have no idea. But it's like Spanglish German. Spanglish German?
Ich kann
But-
ein kleines Deutsch sprechen. Like I can only speak a very little German. And I can't imagine trying to combine that with Spanish. Holy fuck.
All I know is Scheiße, which is like I think the only thing you should know. Well, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Okay, if we have German listeners, but I know, but yeah, she's super. But yeah, she has this really weird obsession with mojitos. But it's okay because I get free mojitos.
Damn kid, you win.
Yeah, that we can't talk. That's great.
In fact, you're heir to the mojito fortune.
It's true.
So now let's go to some questions from Lisa Claire.
Hi, Lise.
Very first question is, why Rarity?
People always ask that. It's sort of weird. Well, I think why Rarity is because she's a very fascinating character, and the development she's gone through, especially in season 4. And well, mostly because I'm very much like her. I'm extremely dramatic, which is why I love all of her. Whenever she throws a drama fit, I'm like, yes, I love this. Go for more. But I think she's a very fascinating character because she has to like, she wants to be part of of the elite society, but she doesn't let it like change her as in most fiction, being the popular girl and the elite girl does. And I think herself as a character is like her entire theme of being generous, or even her cutie mark, because I think me and a lot of, well, I'm sure other people also think this, but the fact that she sees potential in everyone and tries to make everyone shine. And most of all, I really love because the writing, her episodes are always phenomenal. Like Rarity Investigates was just amazing.
Was
Yes.
that which one was it where she screams out no spoilers?
Wait,
The Gabby Gums one? No, wait, no.
No, that was season 6. This is
I know-
season 5 or 6.
Give me a
Yeah.
second. Let me find out.
I know which one you're talking about. With the one where she opens up that
The
boutique in
newspaper, yeah.
Manhattan.
No. Yeah.
wait, which one?
Yeah, when she's opening a newspaper and she screams out, "No spoilers!" and then
Oh
smiles.
no, the Sal Row review. Sal Row
Yeah,
review.
yeah.
That episode was
good.
amazing. That was
liked
great.
You
You guys do realize that Rarity is possibly the most aggressive of them, because remember the episode where the dragons threatened Spike and she threatened to beat them up?
Well, you
Yeah.
think she's the most aggressive? Like Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie is aggressively nice.
Yeah,
Like
she is.
so aggressively nice.
Like, did you not see the Cranky Doodle episode?
Yeah, dude, Pinkie being aggressively nice to Cranky, that doesn't say it all. Or
Well, I mean,
Pinkie
well,
being aggressive with her party planning. Like Pinkie's really aggressive.
what was the name of the episode where Zecora was introduced?
Bridal
Bridal
Gossip.
Gossip, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the one.
Yeah, you remember when they're looking for Applejack and Rarity's just kind of freaking out because Pinkie Pie is way in her space. And she's, "Haven't you ever heard of personal space?" And Pinkie's head pops out, "Nope."
Yeah.
I think Pinky and Rarity have a very interesting dynamic, which I'm very happy it's been explored more, at least in this season. But I mean, again, going back to Rarity, I think, like, for example, in Adventure Fix, it's always fun to have Rarity there because it's so completely out of her element, but she still owns it. So I think, I don't know, she's a very fascinating character. And for example, like in season 1, how she pressured season 1 or 2. Well, how she pressured Fluttershy into modeling, and then you go to
Yeah.
season 1, and then but then you skip to season 4, where and when the episode where Fluttershy had to replace Big Mac, and Fluttershy says, "You know what? I don't want to sing in public," and Rarity says, "Okay, I wish you would, but I'm not going to pressure you." And I was like, "Oh, look at this character development." So I think as a writer, that's why I love her the most, because she's had like a really consistent character development and good writing.
And they haven't used her.
In complete opposition to, say, Fluttershy, who's, I'm not shy now, I'm assertive, and then like 3 episodes later, she's like, oh, okay.
Plus, Rarity has some of the best songs. Anyone who says otherwise is actually wrong.
Part of the dress is amazing.
Yeah, her voice is
singing voice.
amazing.
Becoming popular is one of my favorite things.
Part of the dress is mine.
Just because she sings really well.
I think for me, my favorite is Becoming Popular. I like the generosity one, but I thought like it was a bit too much, I felt. But
Yeah.
Type of Pony Every Pony Should Know is best song, no argument.
That's why I was Becoming popular. Yeah. Don't
I
get me
don't
wrong,
know.
her like singing in Manhattan was pretty fucking amazing, but
This day Aria was better.
this aria is like the best thing ever. But in general, if you're gonna pick a pony that has a bunch of songs, Rarity has the best song.
A bunch of songs, yes, but I think the most impactful one is still Diamond Tiara's Some Pony Else.
Yeah.
that was really
That's
good.
a fair
That was
argument.
amazing.
I was actually shocked with how well that went. I
wish it was longer. At least
Yeah,
a
I
minute
loved
longer
it.
would have been amazing.
I love
There are a lot
that
of
song.
there are a lot of songs that I wish were longer, but they're not. And like Luna's song from the Christmas episode, that was really good.
I wish that one would
Oh,
have been 2
God.
minutes at least.
Yes, I have a heavy metal remix of that one, and it is phenomenal.
It was so good. It was really good.
But
And
we're
speaking of
forgetting
the-
that sub.
Speaking
Oh,
of the
we're-
Diamond Tiara song, there's a remix of that Diamond Tiara song with
Linkin Park, yes.
Linkin Park, and it is the most brilliant thing I've ever
It
heard.
matches way too well. I recommend going to look it up. Anyway, we should move on. Otherwise, we'll talk about the music the entire time. We've really
We love the music. All right. Next question. If you had to replace someone in the Rarity Twilight pairing, who would it be? Who would you replace her by? Basically, what I'm reading into this question is if you could replace Rarity or Twilight in that ship, who would it be? And I know you said Raridash earlier.
Well, yeah,
Maybe it's changed.
Basically my three huge ships are RaraTwi, RaraDash, and RaraLestia.
RaraLestia.
I've
Yeah,
never
I've
heard that
written it
one.
for it. I've written for it like three things, but most of them have been unpublished.
You should publish them. Seriously.
I did. I published one, but the thing is, like, it started actually because before I started writing for the fandom, I had a friend who was very much into RPs,
Oh, okay.
Oh, those are.
and
always fun.
the thing is, before I start, like, I wrote even my first fanfic. The only character I thought I thought I could handle well with Rarity, and he wanted to RP with me, so I said, well, I'm gonna be Rarity, and he's very good with Celestia, and basically, next thing we know, it's been like 5 days, and we have this massive shipping story. And again, it's like what I said earlier. If you can sell a ship, if you can write it, and you can make it work, I will ship it. Really, and it's just there's so much potential with that ship, and I really do want to expand it more. I didn't because of other reasons, which are sort of silly. But I think that once I finish a Rara Luna story I'm working on, I'm probably gonna move to that. So it'll be fun.
Well, cool. We'll go to Lisa's final question, which is, who do you think would make the best pairing? Rarity X Blue Blood, Twilight X Blue Blood, Rarity X Flash, or Twilight X Flash?
Uh, Twilight Blue Blood, probably.
No.
Well,
Why
maybe
people really hate
Rarity
it?
Blue Blood. Maybe I mean maybe I think Rarity Blue Blood because of the best night ever made me ship it.
I can see a Rarity Blue Blood like Dom sub relationship in which like Blue Blood is the hardcore sub. I can see that.
Yeah.
Rarity just beats the shit out of him all the time.
And he thanks her for it constantly.
She made
Yeah.
she made her own leather and she has her own crop.
So what? 50 Shades of Diamond.
50 Shades
That's
of Blue.
actually interesting.
50 Shades of Blue Blood. 50,
Yeah.
No, 50 Shades of Generosity. Yes.
Oh my god, yes. Actually,
Who's
that's a good
ready?
idea.
Who wants dibs on this shit? Come on.
Not me.
I'm
I
gonna
have the time.
abdicate.
All right. Well, Monochromatic, if you wish it, it is yours.
Well, I'll give it my best shot.
Yes! I'll read the fuck out of that. If you do that at any point, let me know. I will read the shit out of it.
No pressure. All the pressure. So let's go to questions from Major Dude now. Question number 1 from Major Dude is, assuming there's a crossover you tolerate, which MLP crossover fanfiction story do you consider to be a good example of a crossover?
Well, okay. Is this an existing one or like one that I think should happen?
An example of one that already exists.
Well, admittedly, I don't read crossovers a lot, but there was one recently by SD, which was a DuckTales crossover, which I think would be amazing. Like in itself,
I read
it
that. Who
was
did
a-
that?
it was with SD. It was with Launchpad.
Yes, yes. Okay.
But
I
the
read
thing
that.
is, I think that one works, but more because of the potential. Because I'm a huge fan of the Uncle Scrooge comics and the Donald Duck comics,
Right.
and that entire universe. And I see so much potential with the characters mixing. Like, for example, you would have, like in my head, you would have Uncle Scrooge, taking over Sweet Apple Acres and making it into like a monopoly, like an empire, or
Mhm.
again, or Dom or Pinky trying to get Donald to stop being grumpy. I think there's so much potential for fun stuff, or even the CMC against the three nephews. So I think that's a good example of a crossover that could be explored more, at least. But yeah, I have, admittedly, the only other crossover I've read is Fallout Equestria, because everyone, I think.
Yeah.
But I couldn't finish it because it was too depressing for me. I mean,
Boo, finish it.
It's
Oh.
very good, but it was like especially the scenes with how the there was one scene in that fic that just really like it really killed me. Well, spoilers for anyone listening. But when you see how Rarity died, and when they find her in the present, I don't want to go into detail in case anyone hasn't read it, but that scene, it was just I remember I had to put it down and just sit in my bed for like 3 hours and just contemplate life.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I mean, but yeah, I think crossovers. I mean, yeah, I haven't read many, so I really can't give a super accurate answer. I mean,
Oh no, that's fair. It's all based on everyone's preferences and experiences, and if that's not your thing or that's not what you go to, no worries. Um, question number 2 is a would you rather question. Um, you get 2 options, and go ahead, just tell us what you would rather have. Option number 1 is you get a VIP pass to BronyCon of your choice, all expenses paid. But it's the main theme of it is about your least favorite character in the show, so everything's based around that. Option 2 is that your favorite character in MLP gets their own episode, but it's a crossover with your least favorite cartoon or show.
I'm trying to think of what my least favorite cartoon is, but I can't think of it. I think I'd go for the con because no, I don't know. I don't really hate any character either. Oh wait, no, I do. Well, it would be. Well, I don't hate them, but it would. I just I don't really care for him, so I guess I'd go to the Flash Sentry Con.
Oh,
Flash Sentry Con. You
Flash
realize you
Sentry
would be
Con.
surrounded just by gay men everywhere.
Wouldn't that be Brayburn Con?
No, that'd be even more gay men. But yes,
Is BronyCon really that different?
yes, there's
Wow.
lots of straight people there.
Although actually, I will say that at least the last Equestria movie, I really liked what they did with him in Sunset. So it's not really like I don't really hate him.
Wait,
I have feelings about that.
You mean
What?
her? You mean her accidentally putting him in the friend zone without her knowing?
Well, at least they dealt with it. Okay, I
Right.
will say that I mean, I thought it was important that at least they dealt with that part of it instead of just like completely ignoring it, and that at least they're friends again. So.
And now Flash is dating Derpy.
He's just taking all the waifus. Alrighty. Going down. Question. Finally, at the end of Major Dude's comment, he says, I hope you enjoy the podcast. I hope you have a good Valentine's Day, and that Sparity is better than RaraTwi.
I totally agree. Also, you have to drink.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we do. Thank you for the heads up. I
So
appreciate it a
much
lot.
booze.
I'm not complaining.
Now we're going to questions from Catalyst Cradle. Question number
By
1.
the way,
What, by the way?
great name.
Oh. What is your favorite ship that you have not yet written?
Ah, that's a hard one. Starlight, Trixie, I think.
Starlight Trixie.
No, Fluttercord.
No, no.
Oh, God.
no.
Well, but actually, I think it would be more Starlight Trixie because I think they have a really interesting dynamic, but I don't really know. I don't feel like I know either character well enough to like write them yet. So
Just
I
watch
need to
Star Trek.
practice.
Just
Well,
watch
the thing is-
Star Trek with any episode of Q.
no, not Fluttercord. I mean, Starlight and Trixie.
Oh.
Like, I don't think I have a good grasp on their characters yet, so I'd rather wait until I do before throwing out something into the wild.
Oh, totally.
Hmm.
Catalyst's other question is, what ship do you wish people would write more stories about?
RaraTwi.
Yeah.
RaraTwi. Basically.
Drink twice. Drink twice.
So much RaraTwi. Oh gosh, I just
Freeze!
contributed. No! What am I doing? Okay.
Also
Trying to kill
RaraDash,
yourselves?
Lord.
I think.
Say RaraDash?
Yes.
It's an interesting ship. It is.
What makes it an
really
interesting
have
ship?
trouble seeing that.
Have you ever
do?
read Have you ever read I Do Her by Firegazer the Alchemist?
Me? Oh, I did once. I mean, I did when it was like on the featured page for like a week or two, if I remember correctly. But no, I think it's a very interesting story. I mean, interesting dynamic. I mean, again, it's like, again, everything could be interesting if somebody does it right.
What do you think makes? I'm saying this because I realize we're going through questions pretty fast here.
Oh, we have some new questions added on. We have also
we do?
we have Violon questions on top of that. So.
Oh, goodness me.
I've checked the Violon question, kids. It's going to be a doozy of a time. So no worries, Priest. We got time.
What makes Wawa Dash? Wawa Dash.
Wawa Dash. Oh, poor little
What makes it
Priest forgot how
interesting?
to
I'm just gonna
content
shut up now. Okay, I get it.
Well, I think what makes it interesting are is that they're both very passionate about what they like. Be it in Dash's case, flying in the Wonder Bolts, in Rarity's case, art. But they're both also very strong-willed. And well, actually, I mean, the thing is, if you see Rarity Investigates, I mean, their dynamic in that episode was very good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little bit what sold it to me. But there's also a very good fic, but it's mature rated from Colding Gardez.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I mean, it's phenomenal how he handles it, because it's like, it's these two different ponies that they look very different on the surface, but they actually do have a lot more in common. And it's also, I mean, the trope, you know, the beauty and the jock. I mean, come on. And again, the thing is, all of these characters are very complex, well-developed characters, so everything in theory works.
I can definitely see that.
Just have Rarity design the new Wonderbolt uniforms, and there you go.
All right, we're gonna go to Captain Chris Sandwich, who has a whole bunch of questions. Question number 1: aside from writing, what other hobbies do you have?
I play piano. And I love video games.
Huh. Wow.
Well, most of all, I love Nintendo. I'm like anything Nintendo puts out, I will just buy it.
You're a Nintendo fangirl.
I am. I know. I know it's gotten a lot of flack, but I don't care. I will stand by Nintendo.
I'm only judging you a little, and I'm not even gonna like shit talk you that much. So I'm just like kind of amazed. You're like one of the first Nintendo fangirls I've met. So I'm just gonna go with this.
How do you feel about Fire Emblem?
I really like it. My best friend is very much into Fire Emblem. So she's wait, I think my voice is like having problems.
You're fine.
Oh wait,
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So she's very much into Fire Emblem, and basically what we did, we made a trade, because I would play Fire Emblem, and she would play Ace Attorney, which are some of my favorite games. And they're so good. Like the writing in Ace Attorney is just like, wow, so good. But yeah, I mean, I am a Nintendo fangirl, and I know that that gives a bad impression, but I don't care. I will stand by it.
That's fine. If you acknowledge it and stand with it, that's fine. It's people who are in denial about it I have issue with.
It's a great impression. By all means, give us your professional opinion about the Switch.
My professional opinion about the Switch,
As a fangirl.
as a fangirl, okay. The thing is, honestly, at the end of the day, I care about the stories and the games themselves. I mean, I think the Switch is good. I don't think I know it's being marketed as a handheld. I don't think it's a handheld. I mean, yes, you can use it outside for like 5 or 6 hours, but I I do think it's okay. I don't know exactly what Nintendo is planning, but I think marketing the Switch as a handheld is only affecting the 3DS and that side of their market. And because whether we like it or not, the Switch cannot work as a handheld. But I do like the controller that you have. Like in one controller, you have two, so that's really cool for multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
And I'm very excited about the games. Like the new Zelda game coming out, I'm just like, I'm very, very, very excited. And I mean, what I've always liked about Nintendo is that yes, okay, they're not, at least okay, in graphics and quality and everything, they're not always up to par with Sony and Sony and Microsoft. But they do their things, and I like, and and it's for their fans, and I think it's fun, and I like the games. I like and the thing with the Nintendo is that there's a lot of content that is exclusively for it. So like in my head, I always have a Nintendo, and then either I buy the Xbox or I buy the PlayStation. If that, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the Switch. I'd have to play it to really give. I'm excited for it, but I would have to play it to say if if it's good or not for me.
So you're tentatively optimistic.
I'm very optimistic. Okay, I'm pretty optimistic. Let's put it like that. Although I'm like very, very, very optimistic for the Zelda game.
Awesome. Let's see. The next question, we sort of answered it a little bit, but there's a little bit of elaboration, so I'll ask the elaboration. Krasanowicz asks, do you have aspirations to move into original material for writing in the future, non-fan fiction based? And if so, what sort of genres do you plan on? What sort of ideas do you have?
Well, actually, the reason I'm moving to LA in April is because I really want to try. I want to try out at screenwriting. Like what I really want to do is become the next J.K. Rowling. But aside from that, I really want to write. Well, the thing is, I mean, I really want to write for kids' cartoons. I really want to write cartoons, especially because, again, in recent years, cartoons have become, there's two audiences because yes, you have the kids who are the core audience, but you also have the internet and adults. Like for example, Gravity Falls and all of the ciphers it had for like the internet crowd.
Yep, I understand. Yep.
Which I think it's fascinating because I mean, I think it's starting to be exploited more, but the internet culture as a whole and fandom and everything that it's like it has so much potential, especially in cartoons. And I hate that there's so much stigma against it, against being an adult who likes cartoons, against
Well, see, it's like with me, I've loved cartoons my whole life, and I don't give two shits what anybody says about it. I love cartoons. That's what I grew up with, And I would love to see more cartoons, not necessarily geared for adults, because we've already seen what that is and what that does, but more family-friendly cartoons that are geared for adults, that are actually good and they're not pathetic.
Exactly. I mean, for example, there's also a Bob's Burger, which I think is really nice.
I love
Bob's Burgers is great.
Bob's Burgers is great, and it's that kind of thing I want to something that really everyone can enjoy. And again, going back to Gravity Falls, for me it was like the entire cipher thing, and then that, for example, they had a Reddit AMA with Cipher, with Bill Cipher, with the villain. I thought that's fascinating because that's including your audience into it's like it's no longer just a one-way street, so to say. And I think that that's a key element to making your audience be more involved in your show. Obviously, I mean, for example, I mean, going back to one of my fan fictions, for example, the Enchanted Library, in every so other chapter, I hide a cipher. Again, it was inspired on Gravity Falls. I had a cipher so that my readers can find it out, and that way, there's something else beyond. Okay, yes, I'm writing this and I'm posting it, and you are the audience, you are watching it. The end. It's like a constant feedback, and I think that's really fascinating. I think it can be explored really well in cartoons. And I remember one time, I 3 years ago, there was a Nickelodeon conference in Mexico City, and you had all of these writers for different shows. And so I remember I went up and I asked a question, and because of bad experiences I had in college, I had been put off of, my goal of trying to be a script writer for cartoons. So I asked, how do you deal with all of like the stigma against, wanting to write for cartoons, et cetera, et cetera. And what the panelists said is that, okay, the thing is, in order to write a good cartoons show, you have to be very smart, because you can't rely on sex jokes. You can't rely on, adult humor. It has to be something that not only entertains kids but also adults. So it has to be very smart humor. And I think that's what's really fascinating about cartoons, and that's what made MLP become such a hit. What made Gravity Falls become such a hit? It's good quality content. And basically, that's what I would like to do in the future.
Nice.
That's a really lofty goal, and I hope you pursue it. I hope you continue to. Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. I'm on my way.
Good. Be on your way. Yes.
Good. And I keep hearing that you're a big fan of Gravity Falls, so clearly you're a big fan of Steven Universe. So, of course, that means we have. I'm joking. There's a lot in common.
Well, yeah, I really like Steven Universe. I haven't really I've missed a few episodes, but again, that's another. Especially, I think of Steven Universe. At least it's in what it's done in like breaking boundaries, let's say, and introducing potentially controversial ideas in a very friendly way, but not in a condescending way.
Well said.
Because
And
a lot.
I'll pipe up and say one thing, and that's that I really like the way it actually took a step back to look at anxiety and how anxiety affects you. So, like, I respect cartoons willing to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the thing is, a lot of bad cartoons is because they think the audience is dumb. They're condescending.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think these cartoons are, or for example, at least with My Little Pony, for example, the episode "Amending Fences." For me, the writing in that episode, because it dealt with a topic that is very that affects, yes, a lot of people, and it's true, but it did it in a very smart way, and it didn't feel like it felt like a very empathetic, and I think that's what's amazing about cartoons. So I mean, what I hope is that one day I'll be able to to be able to transmit those feelings or help other people via writing.
I empathize with that. I do. Priest, we should probably move on because we have bogged down.
All right. Question number 3. Since this is the Good HAE podcast, do you have any plans of writing a human in Equestria story?
I think if I have a good idea for it, I do want to do it, but not until I have something I think is good.
Fair enough. Question number 4. What can you tell us about your cats?
Well, my cats. One is called Kahlua because I'm not an alcoholic. And the other one, and she's a very small cat, and actually she's a cat that was in the sink. And then I have an older cat, well, not older, but a bigger cat, who looks like Garfield, and he's called Mortadelo, which is the name of a character from a Spanish comic called Mortadelo y Filemon. And they're both very lovable, and as you all know, I would die for them, and I have.
You know, you could have told them that Mortadelo means I hate Mondays, and they would have been none the wiser.
Ah, damn it, a missed opportunity. But well, I could do that with other people though. But yeah, I mean, I love my cats very much, and they're very soft and cuddly.
Yo, my cuddly kitty's right next to me right now, so I'm like, kitties are great.
Okay, so the next question is, what's your favorite about aspect of writing and why?
I think my favorite aspect. Well, I mean, it depends a lot. Like, okay, my favorite aspect is writing something and watching the reaction. Like something terrible, and then watching how everyone cries in the comments. It's great. It's amazing. I think it's also being able to share stories and being. It's just there's a lot of things to love about writing, but I think really what I love the most is writing theory. Is writing some especially in Enchanted Library, because the thing with fan fiction is that you get obviously direct feedback, and as you write each chapter you get to see where your readers are going and where are their theories, and it's incredibly fun to mislead them. So that's my favorite part about writing.
Ooh, I like her. Can we keep her?
Right? Yeah.
Because and I remember when I started writing the Enchanted Library, in the first author note I said that everything you put in the comments will be used against you, and nobody listens, so it's all very fun for me. But yeah, I think really it's the reactions that are great, and also and again, being able to create your own your own stories, your own ideas, and more, and also I also think that the thing writing it's not really about liking it. It's about, as weird as it's gonna sound, I think it's about being addicted to it, because writing can be a bitch. Sorry for the language. I know I should apologize for
you're
the language
fine.
here, but I will. But I think
Goddamn right. Anyway,
Why are you guys taking on a southern accent?
I wasn't a southern accent, Dollface. Nice try though. Yeah. Anyway,
Well, you're a
So-
serial killer. You're a serial killer, Milk.
I believe we're on question 6 here, which is what brought you into the MLP fandom? How'd you get here?
okay, how I got into the fandom. Basically, I have one of my best friends has been an MLP fan since the older generation. She used to collect a lot, and she started to talk to me about the show, and said, there's a new. Well, first I heard about the fandom, obviously, and
Yeah.
I didn't hear good things about the fandom at first,
Not surprising.
so I avoided it. And the thing is, my friend, who was a collector, she avoided the show because of what she heard about the fandom, and she told me that in a form she used to be like the new fandom sort of fought a lot with the old fandom, so she had very bad experiences. And in solidarity to her, I was like, yes, I'm never gonna watch it. And the thing is, like, if my friend had a list of people who she thought would never see My Little Pony, the idea that I would watch it was so ridiculous. She wouldn't even have me on the list. And what happens that one day, when the documentary came out a few years ago, I thought, okay, I want to see what this show has that has attracted so many people. And then next thing you know, I'm messaging my best friend, and I said, okay, you know what? I saw MLP. She's like, oh my god, really? So what? You saw the pilot? And I was like, no, I'm in season 2 now. And what happened? It was very funny because she was so shocked that I saw it that she said, okay, I'm gonna give it a chance. And so she got addicted, and then we got another friend addicted, and then everyone in our friend group was watching My Little Pony, and it was very amazing. But I think yeah, I think that's sort of my origin story, and also because the characters, the art is very cute, and the characters are very cute.
Like suddenly you look up from your TV screen and you see that you're surrounded by pony merch. You don't
No,
know where
but
it came from.
But like all of the rumors, that your parents would come in and you had to switch the computer because you couldn't let them see that you're watching My Little Pony.
Hmm.
And I remember this one time because my brother came in one night. Like he just opened the door and he's just like, I knew it. I knew you were watching My Little Pony. And I was like, no, don't.
Switch to porn. It's easier to explain.
Exactly.
Seriously.
And then and then my dad found out, which was like very hard to explain. But I don't know. I think it's so good. Like the first episode makes you want to see the next. But I think the moment where I was sold. I mean, obviously, by the time you get to a dog and pony show, you're already sold. But when I saw the Rarity's this whining speech,
That's not whining. This
I think
is whining.
that's the moment where I was like, oh my god, yeah, I'm in this for the long run. Okay.
You want to
I'm
know something
gonna
funny?
I'm gonna
You want to
ship
know
this
something
entire.
really funny?
What's that?
That's
What?
that exact point. That whole Rarity and the Diamond Dogs episode. That was the point that my dad started liking the show.
Wow, that's.
I'm
special.
not kidding. Well, see, my dad is an over-the-road truck driver, and so he'll have these long stretches where he doesn't work, so he gets very, very bored. And so we gave him a computer and a hard drive, and he has all the pony episodes, and yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like actually, when I went to Comic Con in 2011, no 2013, and the thing is there was a MLP panel, but I didn't want my dad to know that I wanted to go to that panel, and at the same time you had the signing, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was like, okay, I can't go to the panel and go to the signing, so I'm gonna have to get my dad to go there. But how do I get him to go there without him knowing? There was no way. So the night before I was sitting there, I was telling my dad, okay, I'm gonna go to this panel at 8 a.m. Okay, what is it? It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go to it. Doesn't matter. And I need you to go get a ticket here. I was like, what is it? Just go and you'll find out when you get there. I'd rather you find out when you get there. It's like, it's My Little Pony, isn't it? Your brother told me. And I was like, oh god, okay, whatever. And so my dad goes, and then I was in line and he comes with a ticket and he tells me with a very straight face, so the woman who gave me the ticket said she was the oldest brony she had seen. And I was like, oh, okay, Dad, thanks. But yeah, although I think he'd have fun watching it, but I'm not sure I want my dad watching the show with me. That would be weird. But
Just
yeah,
show
that's
him
how I
that-
got into it.
Just show him that clip of Rarity whining.
That's so good, dude. Oh my god.
Well, the next question I'm excited for, so I'm going to ask it anyway. It's because it'd be fun. Could you sing us a song?
I don't know how to sing. I
I'm
sing
I'm
very
sure
badly.
you know how. There's a difference between not knowing how to sing and like everyone can sing.
But well, I mean, what do you want me to sing?
You could sing a pony song, or you could sing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." Honestly, anything you're comfy with.
Sing a Rarity song.
Oh my god, no, I
Rarity
Yeah,
can't.
do Art of the Dress. Art of the Dress. Do it.
Rarity songs are hard, guys. What do you?
Didn't we get the last guest to sing Art of the Dress?
Yes, we did.
See, I can't
nice to
go
our
after that. It
guests.
was too much. I don't know. I mean, I can.
Sing the Smile song.
Or make it really simple. Can you sing the My Little Pony opening theme song?
Oh my god. Okay. Just, I mean, my friends are in front of me, so this is gonna be embarrassing for me. But okay.
Oh no, no, no! Are you okay to do this?
It's okay. They're looking very excited for it too. So,
All right, do it.
oh my god. I don't even. I forgot how. I'm so nervous. I forgot how it goes. Okay. My Little Pony, My Little Pony. Ah, there we go.
Once
I can't
again,
sing
but with
along.
more gusto.
There you go.
Okay, with more gusto. Okay.
Oh shit.
My
here we
Little
go.
Pony, My Little Pony. Ah, My Little Pony. Okay, there. That's enough. Please,
Yay!
please,
You did great.
please remember I'm in a mall with
You
people.
did great. You did great.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, everyone is staring right now.
okay. Okay, you did great. Priest, you want to take over asking questions again? I'm taking that as a no. Uh, all right. Well, let me ask you some questions then from Chat Penguin Lips.
What's the next question?
Hello?
Hello?
Technical difficulties, the stream.
1 second. There we go. My voice is back. So let's start off with Chat Penguin Lips' first question. His first one is, what's with the obsession over ducks, Miss Ducky Inc.? Ducks are adorable thumb-biting bastards. Apparently that's his comment afterwards.
Well, okay, the thing is, my OC is called Ducky Inc., but basically it's a reference to Donald Duck because I'm a huge, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a huge fan of Disney and Donald Duck. So that's basically it.
Oh, so that's why your avatar is Donald Duck right now.
Yeah. I'm a very huge fan.
Also, ducks are horrible, horrible creatures.
No, they're not.
Yes,
they're
they
not.
are.
Well, you hush.
Yes,
I
they
love
are.
ducks.
Should I mention their fucking? I cursed. Should I mention their spiral Gurren Lagann penis that just shoots out?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Spiral dick. Yeah.
I think about that, but yes, they do. Oh, there was a very funny video called I can't remember it, so forget it. Never mind. Next question.
Well, I think I'm here now, so I can help. How goes being a production assistant? What's it like? What does the job entail?
Oh, right. I'm a production assistant at a filming company in Mexico,
Ooh.
and it basically entails being a slave.
Oh.
Which is like, I mean, have you seen the movie The Devil Wears Prada?
Yes.
I'm aware of it.
Okay, so, well, basically, this girl is just like the best anecdote I have of being an assistant production is that one time we were filming a concert, and 3 hours before the concert, and this was my very first project with them, the director turns to me and says, "Okay, I need glow in the dark yellow paint and I think it was the shirt with black and blue diagonal stripes, and I need them in 3 hours."
Whoa. Whoa. That's kind of intense.
It's very stressing, yeah, but I mean, it's very fun. I mean, it's not very fun. It's hell basically. But once you finish and you see what you did, it's like, oh look, I put that lamp over there, in the background. That was me. But it's a very intense job because it's very demanding and you don't have schedules. Like I remember we did a project with Coca-Cola, and I was the coordinator of the project. So I got there at 6 a.m. on Saturday and left at 5 p.m. on Sunday. It's very stressful, but I mean, that is how the filming industry goes. So I mean, you really have to love it if you want to be a production assistant. And the thing is, I mean, it's the first step if you want to be in the filming industry. So it's something everybody has to do if you want to be, producer or director. But yeah, I mean, it's very intense and it doesn't pay well, but you learn a lot.
It really sounds cool.
Priest, do you want to take over again?
Sure. Now that it sounds like I'm not ruining the entire call. Number 4. Speaking of film, if you're able to create a film, one movie, what would it be?
A movie. Donald Duck takes over Disneyland.
I would.
No,
say, I would-
really, I want a movie where Donald Duck just goes, he just gets sick of everything, and he just goes evil and takes over Disneyland.
The only way I can see that happening is if Scrooge McDuck finally bites the dust and he leaves Donald Duck the will of his entire fortune, and with it he buys Disneyland.
Alrighty,
That would be fun.
number 5. Have you ever had surgery?
Yes, for appendicitis when I was on my birthday, actually. When I was 15. Yeah, I had a final exam that day, and it was an anatomy exam. So I was at the hospital, and as I was, getting like the scan, I could tell every part of my body. So I was like, oh well, thank you, anatomy. But yeah, so the next day was my birthday, and I spent it in the hospital. It was a bit sad, but at least my appendicitis didn't explode, so that's good. Well, my appendix. Sorry, is that what it's called in English? Yes, I think so.
I've been hearing you say appendicitis.
I know. Appendicitis, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Sorry, my accent isn't like amazing all the time.
No worries.
Number 6. What's your favorite chips?
Least favorite, doesn't it say?
Oh, least favorite.
Pass.
Least favorite ships? Pass.
Pass.
Ooh.
Okay. Number 7. What about Daffy Duck?
I really like Daffy Duck.
Alrighty. Number 8. Who's your least favorite of the main 6?
No one really. I mean, I like them all, equally. So.
Isn't it the main 7 now?
Oh,
no, oh my God.
It's time to stop. It's time to stop. We're going to go to some questions from Snuffy now. Question number 1.
You'll have to excuse us rushing, but we're running low on time, so we're doing this.
Question number 1. If you search all the stories on Fanfic by rating, Once in a Purple Moon is just the second best of all time. How does that make you feel?
Really?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. Well, I don't have time to Google it, but if it is, I'm very happy because if that's true, that was a story that I was told was a terrible idea and that I shouldn't do it. It was like too bad. It wasn't good at all. And I stuck to my guns. Exactly, I stuck to my guns and posted it. So I'm very happy if that's true.
All right. Number 2. How many acts of the Enchanted Library do you have planned?
There's one more act for part 1, and then part 2 should be 2 acts, I think. So it's still not over yet, but it's like reaching the end for those of you interested in that.
Number
Although
3. Oh, go ahead, please.
No, well, it's okay. You can continue.
I was just going to move to the next question. So by all means, if you have more information on the Enchanted Library, we're dying to hear.
Well, no, I was just going to say that for those who are reading that they should get ready for Act 3 because it's going to be painful.
Ooh.
That's it.
Ooh, that's a harsh warning.
All right.
Lube needed.
Number 3. Are changelings for the hugging or are they for the punching?
For the hugging.
Yes.
The new ones or the old ones? Do you hug
Well,
the black?
Both, but I mean, I always think that the new ones can just like turn back, like they're shapeshifters. They can just shape back into how they were before.
But you don't understand, Mono. They're accepted. They don't need to change anymore.
Oh my God, dude! Don't even.
No, you need to stop. You need to stop so much. Number 4. Are les ponies better than normal ponies?
No, they're all. I like them all the same. They're all equally good or bad.
All right. Number 5. Would the Rarity Twilight ship be better if both of them were gender bent?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
She doesn't
I
know
don't
what
know.
to do with the. She doesn't know what to do with the male parts.
No, I mean, if it's the same, well, it's the same personality, of course. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference, though. I would prefer them as they originally were,
I think that's really fair.
basically.
Yeah. Let's see. Number 6 is the next few questions are all based on a scenario. Discord sends you to Ponyville and you turn into an Earth Pony Stallion. Question number 6 is you need a place to stay for the night in Ponyville. Whose door do you knock on?
Fluttershy.
Fair
No,
enough.
Twilight.
Like it tastes good. Ah,
Twilight, because she's a princess, so she would, it's her duty to help others.
Ooh, I like that. Free room and board. Easy.
Oh, you don't want to be my friend? Well, won't the princess be interested in hearing about this?
Number 7. You wake up in the guest bed and notice that your new body part is being very problematic in the morning. How you manage to brush back those loose hairs from your tail? What? Now I'm lost.
what
How
the
do I
shit?
deal with my ahem. Oh, with my
Your tail.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was
We got-
misleading.
We got bamboozled.
I'm almost. I know. No, I would brush it. I guess. I think.
Okay. Number 8, you notice that your cutie mark is a stallion kissing another stallion. Is it time to leave Equestria, or do you stay a few more days?
I'll stay a few more days. I think.
Well, fair
I mean-
enough. You still gotta meet Rarity anyway.
Oh my god. Okay, and then.
Number 9, Twilight tells you that you need to be that to be able to go home, you need to embrace your destiny. Who's the first victim to receive smooches?
Fancy pants.
Oh, fancy pants.
Also, please remember to refresh. Just want to make sure we don't miss any other questions.
I am trying.
I know.
We got about 20 minutes left. I'm trying to see how many questions we have left. Are we gonna be able to get through all these?
We may. Well, the next questions are we've already answered. What's the reason you like RaraTwi? So the next question, if I may ask
Great.
it first.
Go ahead.
The next question would be: have you read anything good lately?
Yes. By Sign Wolf. He's
yeah.
recently posted it's an M-rated fic though, and human. I don't know if you know.
That's fine. You
But
go
it's,
read.
It's an alternate universe where Twilight is a vampire, and it's really good. It's really, really, really amazing. Like because the Sign's writing is like it's like so good.
It
So if
really
you
is.
have a chance of checking it out, I definitely super recommend it. And wait, the title is because I was reading it while he was writing it, so in my head it's still vampire fic. But it's very very good. And it's called The Sickness Unto Death. So if you have a chance of reading it, I mean, if you like those kinds of those types of fics, then you really should. It's very good.
All right.
And that's it, I think.
The next question from Yo-Yo is: how many boops does it take to bippity boppity boop?
Many boops. You got a bibbity bobbity boop to the top. I guess.
Perfect. Did we already answer the what got her mono into
Yeah,
MLP?
we did.
Okay.
We did. So.
I figured I was probably away for that one. So then we'll skip down to the other guy. who asks a fuck, kill, marry scenario of a Pegasus, a unicorn, and an Earth pony.
No, I don't want to kill anyone. I'll pass.
Perfect.
There you go.
Now we have a question from Shaco, which it seems like the salt was brought over here. Why did you even come to this podcast?
Yeah, geez, that's pretty salty, man.
It's super salty.
Well, I was invited by very nice people, so here I am.
Aw, you're so
Aren't you
nice.
Yeah.
We're very happy to have you on. All right, so now we're going to what everyone has been waiting for.
It's time for questions with Vylon.
Who hurt you, Vylon?
Yeah, for our guest, Vylon.
Now I'll never know what Vylon is.
Yeah.
I'll try and fill in for Pencil a little bit while she is dead. Vylon loves to.
That-
Oh, she's back.
I was saying, like, Vylon asks some very strange questions. It's going to be distressing. Answer them as you're able. I wish you the best of luck. Godspeed.
Okay.
Question number 1 from Vylon is: why are lesbians so hot?
Because they just are. That's a cop-out answer, but I don't care.
Yes, because they are. Question number 2: what do you think of the man who manually circumcised his what the fuck? Manually circumcised his grandson, but instead of chopping off the foreskin, he missed and got the ball sack. What the fuck?
That's very bad aim.
Very
That
bad.
is like very, very bad aim.
Oh.
I told you, they're good ones today, boys.
Oh, do I how am I gonna just? I'll just go dead silent and pre-read it first. Like I have to read it as I say.
I'm ready.
Go for it, Pencil.
Here we go. You are hopeless, and you try to find a romantic partner online instead. Fortunately, you meet a guy who's really hot, and he agrees to meet with you for a date. This is it. This is what you've been dreaming for all your life. You do your best to look great for your meetup. You're even prepared to pay for everything. You do pay for everything, because unfortunately, the guy is not what he is supposed to be, and kidnaps you. You are then chain raped and used as a porn doll for everyone to see and online. You are ruined, and you don't really care anymore, even if the cops eventually find out and rescue you. No one likes you before all this happened anyway. Will you try to look for a partner and be content if he is only after your body, or will you just accept the fact that you're never going to experience genuine love and die alone?
Holy shit. That's a fucking Jesus.
I don't know. That's pretty.
This is coming from the guy that wrote Parents' Night Out.
I don't
Stop.
know, guys. This is pretty tame to her previous work.
True. She's pretty weird, but this is it could be worse. So there you go.
Let me reread the question. I don't think we have more.
Good luck.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't die alone. I have my cats.
There you
That was
go.
very
There you
sad. That was
go.
very sad, but it's okay.
No,
I have my
that's probably one of the better answers you can give, honestly. Go ahead, Priest. You can take over.
Is the remastered version of DuckTales intro looking great so far?
Wait, he linked to something, which I'm assuming will be.
Remaster.
Well, but the new. Okay. Well, the new DuckTales looks very nice. I haven't seen the
Oh
video.
my god! I clicked the link.
Don't click the link.
Don't click the link, sweets. Don't
I won't click the link.
click the
What you?
link.
Her previous question makes sense now.
Yep.
Let's.
Don't
Well,
watch it.
I'll pass then.
Okay, good. Will it be more fun if dicks literally explode and regenerate like sea cucumbers?
Well, I mean, I feel bad for people with dicks, but that would be fun.
Do we
You're
have
doing
like
fine. You're doing fine.
do we have like the G virus if it just regenerates like that?
God. The next question. Oh God. The next question is: would you rather be raped or infibulated? I don't even know what infibulated is, but I'm scared to have it in my search history.
Neither.
That is
Is
the
it-
correct statement.
Is infibulated that? Oh wait, no, that's defibrillating. Never mind.
I definitely didn't want that in my search history. Oh, the images.
You looked it up. I would have told you, Priest.
Oh. And then finally, the last question is, I suppose I'll say it like the meme. Catch me outside. How about that?
I know that video.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I will catch you outside. Well, as we said before, I caught the other person, so I'll catch you too, I guess.
Dude. I
um,
love it. I love it.
and that's all of Vylon's questions.
You did it. You made it through the violent questions. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
And now we're going to a question from Six Killer, which just seems only relevant after all that. Did they warn you about this band of lunatics beforehand?
No, I mean some people seem cautious when I told them, but so far it's so good. So far it's very nice. I'm having a great time.
I'm glad. I did try to warn you.
We're all gonna go out on a nice ride on my white van after this, right?
Well, you have a candy, right?
Of course.
Okay, perfect. Now we're going to questions from Tony Montana. Tony Montana asks, what is genre of story that you love to read but just can't write for whatever reason?
I have the opposite, rather, because there's not something I love but I can't write, but there is something I love to write but I can't read, which is I can't read drama fics.
Oh, interesting.
Like I mean, I'll love to make people suffer, but if you make me suffer, then it's not fun anymore.
Ah, okay. Let's see. I suppose we kind of touched on this. Are there any ships you wish were more popular? Any that are overrated?
Well, yeah, I think we all. Well, I think Twijack I think should be more popular because it's a nice ship and I barely see any of it.
Hmm.
And I'd say RaraTwi, but it's already pretty popular. Well, not pretty popular, but it's okay. And any that are overrated, will pass that question.
Ooh, strong feelings, clearly. Next question. Does 2 + 2 = 5?
No, at least not in this universe, I think.
There are 4 lights. Anyway.
And then for the cast, if Violin and Pencil were in a room together, would that legally be defined as a weapon of mass discomfort?
What do you guys think?
No, I'd be laughing my ass off the entire time because just listening to the conversation would be worth anything I'd have to pay to be there.
I don't know. Compared with what Violon just attempted right now, and if Pencil were to get involved in that.
I could be helpful. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not scared of them in the same room. I'm scared of the scheme that could be created.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the result.
So, now we'll move to the next question from Swansong. Swansong asks, what are you wearing? Love Swan.
Oh.
What am I wearing?
Totally a vouch.
Well,
You hear the
he's
laughs
only-
in the background.
He's only laughing because he's in front of me.
Their friend,
I'm wearing jeans and a RaraTwi t-shirt
Oh,
because
no.
trash.
I was so sure they were laughing because you weren't wearing any clothes. Joke was on us.
Well, be sure to tell Swan and Folk we said hi.
They say hi.
Oh, they
ca-
do. Aw.
Now we'll go to our second to last question asker. It is Cooper Snuggles. Question number 1 is: as someone who's against most ships, why should we give shipping a try, and why specifically RaraTwi?
I think it's not so much because it's shipping, but because it's a relationship. It's a dynamic. I mean, the thing is, somebody wants to ask me why I write so much about for the ship, but the thing is, like, I see so much potential in it because they're two characters, very well developed characters who can be in a lot of different scenarios, and that's what's interesting. I mean, it's not really why should you give a ship a try? It's why should you give a dynamic a try? And again, I think why I mean I already said why I think RaraTwi is interesting. So, but yeah, I think it's more like you not so much shipping as it is a dynamic to characters interacting as any because everything is and every story is interaction between characters. If that makes sense.
No,
that makes total sense.
Absolutely.
Question number 2 from Cuber Snuggles is: you have 3 minutes in Equestria. What do you do?
Go to Rarity and cry over how wonderful she is.
Just knock on her like, "Hi, I love you," like sob and then vanish.
Yes. Just go sob and just cry because she's so fabulous, and then leave forever.
I want to see the story about her, like from her perspective, seeing this happen, and she just doesn't know how to handle it after that.
Hey, that
And
could
this-
be your intro to the HIE.
And this strange woman just snips a bit of her hair and runs off with it.
Like vanishes.
All right. Last but not least, the final. Oh gosh, I just refreshed and there's more stuff. Now we have a question from King Moriarty, who asks, "Can I do 50 Shades of Generosity for you so that you can put more energy into that Rare Lestia ship?"
I'm gonna answer. No, you let her do this. I want to see what she does.
Okay, well, I mean, I can do both, so I have the power for both.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm doing another refresh to make sure I'm not missing anything before we go down to your friends who are clearly trolling you. Nope, this is all we have. One more question from Swan Song. When will Raba Ra and Twiley has the kissu?
They will have the kissu eventually. I'm assuming he means Enchanted Library, so that's in part 2, and it will be a very good kissu.
Ooh.
Very good kiss, eh?
She's trolling us. They're just gonna exchange Hershey's kisses. Just watch.
Oh my god! You figured out my master plan.
Oh,
Oh well, it's okay.
it's fine. Stick to your guns, like we were saying earlier. Write what you want to write.
I'll write my Hershey's kisses.
Alrighty, that is all the questions that we have for this week's podcast. Mono, thank you so much for coming on. We all had a really, really good time, even despite the
Yes.
technical difficulties. You were wonderful to have on. You put up with us like a champ. I would say let's give a round of applause for Mono, but we can't really
Yeah.
clap on a
No,
podcast.
but thank you so much for having me. It was really fun, and you all. I really had a nice time. So thank you a lot, really.
Is there anything as a last thing that you'd like to tell your readers? Like any last message you'd really like to leave them with?
Well, I'd like to say that thank you a lot for supporting me. It's helped me through some really hard times in my life, and I hope they continue enjoying my stories. And if they write, I hope they keep doing it, and that they always write because it's something they love, and that again, their shipping choices are A+. And I think that's it. Oh, and also hi to Swan because he says so.
Okay, I want to hear
And,
that. Yeah.
and thank you again for having me. I
Not a
really, really
problem.
appreciated it.
Of course, happy to.
Well, that's all the time that we have for this week. Thank you, everyone, for watching the Good HIE podcast. This has been a non-pencil,
I love all of you right now.
enigmatic otaku,
I am indifferent.
Milk,
I still can't speak Spanish.
Ravage,
I'm afraid that Pencil actually loves all of you, so
Chat Penguin stopped in and then died, and of course, our wonderful guest, Monochromatic.
Thank you, and see you soon.
My name is Flutter Priest. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Go get drunk on a Thursday. Woo!